Hello, it's the Mighty Marvel Show, and I'm Paul. And look, we're back. We're talking these little sweet 3.75-inch retro figures. They are so cool. I'm a massive fan of these, as you know, if you follow this channel. And I know there's loads of you out there that are big fans of these as well. They're just so cool and funky. They're so 80s comic books, and they are right up my street. And it's Wave 7, which is a release of the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. So yes, not an 80s, but it is the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. We're getting loads of Spider-Man figures this year, and this is one of them, so no complaints from me on that one. Then we have Firestar right here. Then we have the Man Called Nova, and we have one of my all-timers, one of my absolute top 3 Marvel characters, Moon Knight, in that awesome pure white costume as well. That is Wave 7. I'm actually going to open up this and this, because I've got them all boxed. I have every one of these waves so far. I'm an absolute sucker for them, so I will just buy any of them when they get released. So I've got these ones, but I have got duplicates of these two, because these are two of my favourites, and I am quite interested in opening up this Spider-Man figure. So we had Thor recently in the 3.75-inch set, and that's the first one I've opened up that's actually got a cape that's got some goods on it on the back there. So I wanted to very curious to see what that was like. I'm very keen to look at this Moon Knight one here and see what that cape's going to look like as well. And then I'm super curious about these Ditko-esque spider web wings on Spider-Man there as well. So because I'm a sucker for them, I thought I'd buy two, and I'm going to open them up. Before we do that though, let's just have a look, as we always do, at these boxes, at these figures. So we'll start with Firestar here. So gotta say, that's not a good face at all on it. I know we're talking about little tiny figures, I understand that, so you're not gonna get the detail on them, but that's really not good. Obviously the mask makes it very different. She looks a bit grim considering she's a stunningly attractive young lady, but anyway, minor complaint with that one, because you know it's 3.75-inch figure. You do know what you're getting from it. In terms of what you've got on the box, as you know, you get the rhymes on the back of these, but I think Marvel have given up on the rhyme on this one. So we are reading, with fiery abilities and amazing friends, Firestar burns bright through thick and thin. That doesn't rhyme. Not that I'm a poet or anything, but I'd have maybe chucked in there, with fiery abilities and amazing friends, Firestar burns bright and fights to the end. There you go, a little bit of Shakespeare for you maybe. So that's what I would have done. So that's a bit odd, that one, that we didn't actually get that rhyming on there. But, you know, okay, it's fine. The figure's quite cool actually, in terms of the look of it. The paint job, the effects on the legs, quite good. You can see the join across the boot. So obviously we're using the molds of the Invisible Woman, Black Widow and Electro, which you would expect for these female characters on there. But it is, I mean, it's a really cool color scheme on Firestar, so I, you know, absolutely no complaints about that. The paintwork is a little bit quirky over the wrist there. You can just about see the orange. It does work on the wrist, but you've got to get out quite close to that. But I mean, the box itself is fantastic. That's a beautiful piece of artwork, really in keeping with these schemes that we're getting on these boxes. So I absolutely love that. So I think the box on its own is one to keep on the shelf and display, to be honest. Let's move over to the Man Called Nova. So Richard Ryder, again, really clean, crisp color scheme on this, really comic accurate, looks good. You just about see the eyes there under the mask. Could have maybe done with them being a little bit brighter on the white on there, but they do just about show through when you're up close on there. Are we rhyming? What do we think? So, a human rocket blasting to far off cosmic places. Nova Richard Ryder flies by and declares blue blazes. So yeah, we're giving that one. That's not too bad. We'll give that one on Nova. Let's go. This is, again, a really cool look. Love this character. Do love the look of this figure. Had recently had the 6-inch version as well, so I think this is a really good addition to this set and works very well with this sort of cosmic themed background that you get from the Silver Surfer, which you can just about see over the back here as well. So that works very well. Now to talk about my boy Moon Knight, my absolute favourite Moon Knight. I love the look of this figure. You've got the classic crescent-shaped cape, which is fantastic. It just looks so good. Really crisp lines on the crescent and on the belt there as well. You've got the red eyes on this one. I would have maybe liked the white eyes, or equally, I would have quite liked the white mask on this one. However, we're going for that comic book look at this time, and that's fine. So that's what you got from this character. So that's absolutely fine for me. I mean, I just think it looks glorious. It's such a clean cut. This has been on my wish list for a long time. If you look back on my channel on the videos, you would have seen my wish list for these. And Moon Knight's been on there for a long, long time. What's it saying? A mercenary bound to the ancient spirit Khonshu. Moon Knight fights to win the spirit its due. Yeah, okay, not too bad. I'm not going to make any other attempts. It rhymes, it's fine. And then let's have a look at this 60th anniversary Spider-Man. So again, slightly different. Not one that we normally get in the range of these 80s comic book figures, but you know, it's 60th anniversary and I'm never going to turn down another Spider-Man figure. Peter Parker was a teenager of average ability before a radioactive spider bestowed strange powers and great responsibility. I mean, that works. That's great. That's playing very much into the hands of Spider-Man's whole reason for being. With great power comes great responsibility. So they look cool. So I am going to take the Spider-Man and the Moon Knight out of the box. I'm going to have a little look at these characters now. So be right back. Okay, Moon Knight first. Okay, let's get them out of the little crisp plastic box. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Crunch them out. Comes out really easy. Oh, so good. So good. There we go. Beautiful, crisp, clear lines. Bit of flex in the cape. Here we go. Oh, it's got the pin in the back. There we go. You just see that for the cape. So that's good. So that's going to hold nicely in position. You know, obviously, the type of movement. For those of you that collect these figures, you have the twist on the hands. There we go. And you have the twist. Oh, no twist on the legs. This one. Interesting. The feet don't twist on this one. Okay, there you go. So there is your little crisp Moon Knight. Now, in terms of a comparison for the cape, the Thor cape is actually a little bit softer than the Moon Knight one, which I would imagine is clearly to be able to mold it into that crescent even shaped view at the bottom. So they sit really well. Scale, absolutely accurate for what you would expect Thor versus Moon Knight to look like. Works very, very well. Love that. That's great. Let's scale him up against Grey Hulk. There you go. Exactly the same. Good scale. Works perfectly. Very, very good. Okay. Solid ratings for Moon Knight. Very, very impressed. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Okay, same. Out the plastic. Out he comes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Good. So, great looking colour scheme to it. Really clean lines on the red webbing there. The blue spider, the Ditko-esque spider from the back is fantastic, as it was on that Amazing Fantasy 15. The face, good. Got the head movement. Now the wrists don't turn on this one because you've got these. Now these are soft plastic. So these are the same material as the cape on Moon Knight and on Thor. And that's great, because I was a little bit worried. Looking at them in the box, I was a little bit worried that they might actually be paper. But they are not. They are rigid plastic. So that is good. So unfortunately, you can't get the arms out. So you can't have that flying motion. You can sort of do it from behind. So that's fine. So you can sort of do the, there you go. Coming down, swooping down, using the web wings to glide across New York. So that works okay on that one, but you can't get the arms fully out to the side. In terms of a comparison, well, here's the original 3.75 inch Spider-Man. Yes, it's obviously the same molds on it. Spider's different on the back, so you've got the classic repaint. I love the black look to it. That's exactly what you expected from the look in the original comic book. I could maybe go on for it being slightly less black and more of a really, really deeper blue. But that is a minor complaint, to be honest, because it looks exactly like you would have got in those initial comic books. So for scale, again, here he is against Thor. And that works well. So the scale of those two is perfect. And then, yes, against Grey Hulk, scale of that is perfect as well. And equally, because why not scale him up with Venom? And that works great as well. So that comes out really, really well. So they are two excellent figures. I am very glad I've opened those two figures up. And that is my little look at these 3.75ers. Have you got them? You know I'm going to ask. Have you got them? Do you like them? Who's your favourite? Have you opened any? What do you like? What don't you like? What do you want to see next? Got loads of little wish list videos on my channel, which you can have a look at now. If you haven't done that before, that'd be great. Thank you very much. And like and subscribe and do everything. Okay, I've got a lot of 3.75 figures opening now. It's time for a battle. Spider-Man. Bye for now.